Yo, what is up, fellow Team Rocket members? It is Mac from the Rockets Game Corner, and I am back with week 1 of the Indigo League of Legends playoffs. This week we are going against the real August. We do all of our we do all of our playoff battles on Showdown, because this way we are able to have people live comming them. I will have links to the live comms for this. They're at the League channel. I will have links to the live comms in the description of this video. They're pretty good, so I would definitely go check those out. It's the main reason we do things on Showdown. Also, with the new patch, I can't gen right now, so I have to wait until I really hope Verlisify makes a video about me genning. I'm gonna bring Dream Ball Raichu to my next Wi-Fi battle and hope that he makes a video calling me out, because that'll give me some subs, right? Alright, yeah. But yeah, so let's jump right into this. Looking at his team, he brought everything I thought he was going to bring, except for the Mana Buds. He didn't bring that. If you want to see the team that I'm bringing and why I'm bringing everything, go look in the description below, because my sets are heat this week. Literally heat. If you want to see the heat that is being brought to the kitchen, go check those out. But here we go. Let's jump right into it. So, looking at his team, I think he either leads Lando or Manectric, and if he leads Manectric, I can switch out into my Rotom Heat. If he leads Lando T, we're right where we want it. So I'm going to lead off with Absol. You guys already know what I want with Absol. I want him to lead Lando T. I want him to intimidate me. I want him to feel like I am physically offensive and him to get scared and him to try to hit me with something that can't kill me. This is going to be great. So let's start this battle right now. And here we go. So I'm going to lead Absol. And he is going to lead Doge. He's going to intimidate me. So I think I'm actually going to speed this up a tad bit. So first turn, I always am going to go for Protect right there, because I can't outspeed. He goes for U-turn. And right here, okay, so right here, he went for U-turn. The only possible way that anything bad could happen is if he is Scarfed, right? So if he is Scarfed, I have a like 88% chance to live, but I'll be really close to death. But I have an 88% chance to live, and if he's Scarfed, he U-turns, and then my attack, whatever it is, will probably do nothing to whatever he switches into. If he is not Scarfed, then he dies. Simple as that. If he's not Scarfed, he dies. Now, looking at his team comp, he has Slowbro as a defensive wall. He has Goodra that's specially defensive. He has defense in the Escavalier. I keep forgetting its name tonight. The Escavalier. He has defense in the Escavalier. Like, there's no reason for him to be defensive Lando T. He should be Scarfed. However, I see the fact that he could die, and I could start off turn 1 with a 1-0 lead right off the bat, and he'd just be spooked. I would be so tilted after that. Ice Beam, Mega Absol. He's Scarfed. He also, ladies and gentlemen, he gets the roll and kills me. He goes into Tubs, I go into Mitts. Now, I could Volt Switch, but I feel like he's going to switch into the Goodra, so I go for the Toxic, which is also good, because I will take that on there. Now, he does Surf. It's not a 2-hit KO. I'm like, alright, you're going to switch into the Goodra now, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And so I go for Toxic again. What a play. What a play. Honestly, it was pretty safe, because if he... Alright, and then he predicted my Azumarill right there. He predicted the Assault Vest Azumarill switch in, which was very good of him. I go for Toxic again, thinking he's going to go out into the Lando, but he goes for Focus Blast and misses. So I was like, okay, take more Toxic damage, that's fine. Now I can Volt Switch all I want, so I'm like, okay, let's Volt Switch. I do like 50% to Tubs, and at this point I can come in to Kyurem. Now, okay, this is another time I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause a lot, I'm sorry. So, alright, I'm honestly gonna pat myself on the back right here, because that turn 1 was such a bad play by me. It was so bad, and I was so tilted after that. And for me to make 3 or 4, what turn is this? This is turn 7. For me to make 5 good plays in a row after that, I think is pretty impressive. Like, I was able to calm myself down and make 5 really good plays, because I Toxic'd the Slowbro, and then I double Toxic because the worst thing that can happen is that he goes for Surf, and that will not kill me unless he crits, and then I can Pain Split up because Toxic won't have done enough, and then I will live the next Surf, and he will be down really low, and then he'll get scared, and then I can Volt Switch, and if he wants to stay in, that's bad, and if not, all good things happen right there, so it was still kind of safe. But the double Toxic on the Goodra was so good, and then the Volt Switch, because I knew that he wouldn't go into the Lando T because he didn't want it to get toxic. I knew that he would go back into the into this thing, predicting me to go for toxic again, and it was just a free Volt Switch. But anyways, I'll just to recap. Right here, if you look at his team, Choice Specs Kyurem kind of beats the shit out of this team. Now, we're not Choice Specs, we're Life Orb, but Choice Specs Kyurem, the team that he brought, it's kind of like you do a lot of damage. You do a good amount of damage, especially with Draco Meteor. Now, he doesn't have a switch into Draco except for the Escavalier. So, you know, I'm packing heat, you know, I got the hidden power fire, and honestly right here, I can make a safe play because if he goes for Scald, it does like 15%, if he goes for Side Shock, it does like 20, and I can roost up on this thing all day. So, it's kind of safe for me to go to hidden power fire. I really hope he goes into the Escavalier because my team doesn't have a lot of good switch-ins for it, and now that Absol is gone, I literally have like one thing that one-shots it, and that thing is really, really scary, and I have to Nasty Plot before I can even one-shot it. I don't have Willow or Overheat on my Rotom Heat, so I have to kill it with a Crobat. So I'm like, alright, we're gonna have to make a ballsy play right here. We're gonna have to do it. We gotta do it. We gotta go for the hidden power fire. We gotta do, and he switches into Justice. Take that 66%, and then I ended up going for another hidden power fire because I was like, if I overpredict, Draco's a roll, and then he goes into this thing, and I'm like, I literally only have the switch into Peekaboo, and those defense EVs being clean and clutch, and I wanted to protect right here, but at the same time I was like, what if he thinks I'm gonna double switch based off those last couple turns, and he lets me play rough? So I kill that. That was so clutch, and honestly my heart was beating out of its chest at this point because the player of animation made it look like I was gonna miss. So now he goes into dash, and I just protect because I wanted to get back up to half health, and I wanted to scout out a move on his moveset. So he goes for the flamethrower, so now I know he has that. Honestly, Mitz invalidates this entire Pokemon, so he is going to Volt Switch into the Lando T, I believe, and he does. And we're gonna take leftovers, but then we're gonna take damage, but then we're gonna get leftovers, and then we're gonna protect and see, and we already know that he's Scarfed, so at this point, whatever he Scarfs himself into, we have a switch in for, because Excadrill is still at full health. It sucks to break the Sash on the Excadrill, but this is our only real switch in since he's Stone Edged, because Azumarill did not want to take that, neither did anything else. I went for the Iron Head predicting Tubbs, but I forgot that it gets the Regenerator, so it did like nothing anyway, so it was kind of useless. Right here, I switch into Kai, and Tubbs is actually going to Calm Mind. Now this is kind of weird. I don't usually see normal Slowbros with Calm Mind, and he's already Toxic, so it was kind of weird that he didn't just go for chip damage. I just clicked Draco because now that the Escavalier's gone, things die like every time, and the crit right there, it did not matter. That thing gets fucking evaporated by Kai. Now we know he's Scarfed. I know he's gonna go for Stone Edge, but he knows I'm gonna go for Stone Edge, so I'm gonna go into this, getting the Earthquake predict. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Brobat is now going to just kind of do nothing. My double right there, actually, I want to explain my double switch. Now alright, I'm not gonna lie, I've played like a fucking god for the rest of this game. Like, I'm playing out of my freaking mind right now. But my double into Mitz was safe because he was locked into Earthquake. So if he goes for Earthquake again, predicting a double into something like Excadrill, because I could double into Excadrill and try to kill Dash with an Earthquake. I don't know. Maybe he thinks I'm Scarf. I could do that, and then he would just predict and go for Earthquake again, and then I'd be sad boys. But if I go into Mitz, I get to switch. I for sure get Leftovers Recovery, which is nice. If he goes into Dash, which was probably his main switch in, then I get to sit here and Toxic things and not be scared of this thing at all. So that's why that switch was safe. I am going to get my leftovers recovery. It's going to get me up to 85. He's going to go for hidden power, which I believe is water because he has fire move for the Excadrill. So I believe it's water, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to go for toxic, predicting the Lando. But either way, that's fine. We're going to get some chip damage. He goes for the hidden power, stupid thing again. And I'm just going to protect. Now, this turn, I predict him to go for the hidden power water again. And I wanted to pain split him down. He did not. He went for the volt switch into Tubbs. And I'm just going to pain split and bring Tubbs down with me. So at this point, I can kind of volt switch for free because he doesn't want to bring in Lando T again. He doesn't want to be choiced into Stone Edges. He goes for Surf, which does a ton of damage to Brobat, so we know that he has some investment there. At this point, I think he thinks I'm physically offensive and that he can maybe take one and kill me with Psyshock, but that's a no-go, friend. We're just going to kill him with a Giga Drain, get our health back up a little bit. Now, 77%, it's another roll whether we live this. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, try to get a bunch of damage, and you already know, this game has been just destroying me as far as rolls go. Like, I've been playing decent, but this game has been destroying me. Now, he goes for Stone Edge. I'm about to stop and explain this after this play. I go for Earthquake. Okay, now here's my thinking. My thinking was staying in with Brobat the last turn was like, okay, if I hit him with Hidden Power Fire, if I hit him with Hidden Power Ice, it does a butt ton. It does like 70%. And then I get to just bring in Caddyshack and get a free kill because there's no way that he won't switch into the Manectric. But I did not give August enough credit. He stayed in and Stone Edged me, even though it literally does 17 with a crit. It does nothing. He stayed in like this stubborn man that he is. I wish at this point I had leftovers, because if I had leftovers, I'd be recovering almost as much as he's doing, barring crits. And then it'd be so good, but I don't. I've Focus Sash, so we're not gonna think in the past. So now I have to play this guessing game, and this turns into craziness. I have to play this guessing game on is he gonna switch, because if I give him a free switch into Manectric then I switch into my Rotom Heat and he doubles into the Doge, then we're kind of like, we're in a bad situation if he doubles into Doge and gets scarfed into anything, because it's just bad. We need it's just really scary. It's just really scary. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake one more time, predicting him to predict me to go for the Iron Head, and then one more time I go for Iron Head this time, and it does a ton. He is like, HP Ice might have killed him. And I'm gonna go for Earthquake, predicting after I Iron Headed, I was like, okay, now he's gonna do the thing, and I was like, okay, now 2 turns later, now, and I was like, shit. But the amount of Stone Edges he's used at this point, he is now out of Stone Edges, so he has to switch. However, I didn't count, and I was kind of scared, so I just went for Iron Head. And at this point, the Iron Head brings him down to about 53. Now, I could have sacked off Caddyshack and then gone into my Rotom Heat, but I thought he still had a Stone Edge left, and so I wanted to have somebody that I could switch in, and also I'm able to see what he's locked into and have a free sag off, because honestly, switching into Rotom Heat is a free switch in versus this thing. Free. If he doubles out and I switch into Rotom Heat, then at least I get to re-sack off Caddyshack, and then we reset everything back to normal, and I still have Rotom Heat with Protect to wear down this thing. I have a Azumarill with Protect that can wear down this thing, and then Aqua Jet that if I don't come in on an Intimidate will kill the Lando T. So I'm going to switch into Mitts, and he is going to go for Flamethrower. It's going to bring me down to 80%. It does literally nothing. I am going to go for the Protect. No, I don't go for the Protect this turn. I go for the Toxic, predicting the Lando T double, because at this point I think he knows my entire moveset. There's no reason for him to not switch into Lando T, but I go for Protect. He goes for Hidden Power Water or Rock or whatever it is, and Dash 2.0 is going to go down to Toxic. Now he brings back out the Doge, and at this point he realizes that he is out of Stone Edges. He cannot do anything. He cannot kill me. He has Earthquake, U-turn, Stone Edge, and a random move. I don't know what that random move is, but it wasn't anything that could kill Mitts. Mitts could just Toxic, and then Azumarill gets to come in without a without an Intimidate, and then I just get to kill him with Aqua Jets, and we win 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs versus the real August. He honestly battled really, really good. He just he lost a couple 50-50s. I said I was playing like a god, but in reality, I was just winning 50-50s that could have gone either way based off of, like, I don't know. I feel like it could have easily gone either way, just a couple different plays. I'm really, really, really happy with how this game turned out. I'm sad that August is out of the playoffs because that's my homie, and he's a really good dude. But at the same time, I have to move forward. I have to take on Johnny Diesel next week. Hope you guys are ready for that. The rematch, we 4-0'd him with Mega Heracross the first time. Don't know what I'm going to do next time. Probably not Mega Heracross, but who knows? Who knows? Thank you guys for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys could leave me a comment below letting me know if you want the next video to be live comm, that would be fantastic. Until the next video, I bid you guys adieu. Goodbye. Where's the off button? Found it. You a fuckneck.